All right, Impressions Expo is headed to Atlantic City. We're excited about the second show of 2025. I've got Associate Show Director Kayla McGarry and Account Executive David Braswell here with me today. Kayla, David, are you excited to get out to Atlantic City?
We are so excited. Long Beach was record-breaking and just such an incredible experience for exhibitors and attendees, and we're just seeing that transfer right into Atlantic City with growth in attendees and exhibitors from last year.
Yes, and David, are you excited to get back out to Atlantic City as well?
Definitely ready to get back out there and see the exhibitors again.
Very good. Now, I know, Kayla, that Atlantic City kind of brings its own energy. You know, what makes this show special?
This show is special because we've been doing it for years. People love Atlantic City. They love the city, and they love the smaller interaction, I will say. You get more intimate conversations, and you get to, really have quality time with every exhibitor that you meet.
Yes, I mean, we do. We know it's a bit smaller show from Long Beach, obviously, and David, but that can be a plus for it. What do you see on the expo floor in terms of the benefits for some of those personal one-on-one experiences?
You're so right. Atlantic City is smaller than Long Beach, but it still brings in those large players. And where the benefit comes is that it also brings in the regional players that maybe Long Beach might be too large for them, and Atlantic City is much more favored to the market in which they're serving. This allows for the attendees to have a much more in-depth conversation with the exhibitors and really meet them where they are.
Yes, there is no, you won't be overwhelmed. You can really spend a little bit more time learning. I know, Kayla, the educational sessions look great this year.
Yes.
What kind of highlights do you have from the sessions and the workshops that attendees can look forward to, and who are those really geared towards?
So our sessions, our workshops are geared towards beginners. So if this is your first time ever attending an Impressions Expo, I highly recommend looking at the schedule and seeing, if any classes really stick out to you. And then of course we have the ones that are a little more advanced for people that have been in the industry for a while, but there really is something for everyone, whether it's heat press, embroidery, pricing, social media. We really cover all the bases for everything.
Excellent. And then, of course, David, on the expo floor and beyond, networking is so important. What are some opportunities for attendees in terms of networking?
Definitely. Networking is everything at these events. And with Atlantic City, you're going to get a much more focused, intimate event, but also you're going to have an attendee base that's also might possibly be more knowledgeable because you're not, overwhelmed with everyone running past your booth or everyone trying to talk to you. Atlantic City is going to be one where you can really have these really in-depth conversations and really meet people and understand what they're the area that they're serving and what they're looking for.
Excellent. Now, and Kayla, in terms of the expo floor, how's it shaping up? Are there any standout exhibitors or anything that's standing out to you for this year's show?
Well, we're always going to have our large players. M&R always makes a big splash in Atlantic City. And this year, we already have over 15 new exhibitors that have never done an impression show. And we had a lot of, exhibitors coming over from Long Beach just with the success. So growth from last year, it'll be a larger show. We added the Flex Hall to create more space because we ran out of room. So you can expect, a larger footprint for sure.
Very good to hear. I know that the expo floor is always so busy with demos and different things. David, are there any, demos or some of those hands-on moments, that people should not miss?
Definitely. I mean, the easy ones are always going to be the shop talk and with the intention there. Always make sure you're stopping by and taking in those sessions with that knowledge that you're only going to get at our shows. That'll be there. And then of course our happy hour, nice networking event for everyone to kind of get to come together and have a good time at the event. Those are two things you definitely don't want to miss.
Very good. And, Kayla, if somebody was on the fence about coming out to Atlantic City this year, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them to come, especially if this is, your first show ever. the education is really just unmatched. And you something that you can't just learn online. So I would tell them to come a day early, check out our conferences and sessions. And if you're not able to do that, just like David said, we have free education with our shop talks in the back that I highly, highly recommend. And it's going to be a great time. So leave extra room in your suitcase to bring home some shirts and hats.
Yes, that is something you have always got to have room for it. And I mean, we all work on trade shows, and we still make sure that we've got a little extra room for that exhibitor swag. David, I'll close it with you for one last question. What is a tip that you would give maybe a first-time attendee for coming out to this trade show this year in Atlantic City?
I always say just be open-minded. Come to have fun, come to ready to learn, converse, and to network. You're going to be there with the largest players in our industry, as well as the new guys who are coming in, and so you'll be able to learn something from every single person there. And so just come ready to absorb it all.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you both so much. We'll leave it at that, and we'll be out and seeing each other again here in Atlantic City very, very soon.
Yeah.
So thank you, and thank you so much for watching. Again, just a reminder that registration for Atlantic City is open, so you can still go online, get your tickets. If you want to add those sessions that we were talking about, I highly recommend you do that before you get out to the show. So Kayla, David, I'll see you out there, and we'll see you out there in Atlantic City.
Bye. Thank you.